All right, guys, so we're probably going to jump around from vehicle to vehicle a little bit here. Like I said, we've got the frame curing inside. We've got some internal frame coating on that. So we will be jumping around from Jeep to Jeep. I really want to get a lot of this stuff done before it starts getting cool outside. I'd like to get the engine in the big Jeep. Now, we do have a couple of engine options for that. We know the little Jeep's going to be a diesel. The big Jeep's going to be a gas burner. I have a 6-liter block inside that I've been starting to tear down. I might do that, or I've also got a fully dressed LS1 out of a Corvette that we could throw in there. I'm not sure which one we're going to do yet. I'll probably end up building the 6-liter and then throwing the LS1 top end stuff on it as far as the intake, alternator brackets and everything go, simply because the XJ's got a really short height as far as the hood goes, and a tall engine, it's just gonna stick out the hood. I don't want to cut the hood up. I don't want to mess with any of that stuff. So we're probably going to go ahead and get started on the big Jeep. We're going to tear some stuff down on it. I want to start doing some prep underneath the hood to get ready to drop the engine in. Not only do I need one of the engine stands out of my garage to go ahead and throw one of our diesels on and start cleaning it up and getting it prepped for the little Jeep, but I also just need to go ahead and make some headway on this thing. Now, I wish I could make a lot of headway, but you know, it is what it is, guys. So we'll see what we can do. All right, stick around.
All right, guys, this is my 1992 Jeep Cherokee. I've owned this truck for about 10 years. I've had it, my brothers have both had it in their names. This thing has traveled around my family a lot, so it's got a lot of sentimental value. It's been run through the ringer, but it's always been clean, well cared for, and stock. Now, on the interior, I used to live in the Rust Belt up north, and the floorboards completely rusted out of this Jeep. I've started the process of putting new floorboards in. I've already started to weld in the passenger side, but the driver's side, it still needs some work. Now, moving to the back, we are doing a lot with this Jeep. We've already started to put a tailgate on it, and we've already started some of the metal work to close in the cab. Now, this isn't going to be a show truck. This is going to be an off-road truck. This is going to be inspired by Ultra 4. If you've never seen Ultra 4 before, or you've never watched King of the Hammers, it's a true inspiration. So this is going to be more of a high horsepower, high torque Jeep. I want it to be a go fast rock buggy. So we got a lot of work to do. Now, up front, it's sitting on a custom 4-link. I will probably change some components out of this. I did homebrew that. Now, the Dana 44 is out of a 78 Bronco. It's got a TNT Customs truss on it. Made the conversion really simple. We've also got a worn rock crawler bumper, which is used. Got a great deal on that, so we're going to refinish it. Underneath, I've already started to put 2 Brock sliders on, and I put in a 2x6 support for the rock slider. I did that mainly because the leaf springs were rusted out, the mounts were, so I had to do something. I'll probably end up 4-linking this in the future, but there's a lot of metal work. Underneath, I've started removing all the undercoat to go ahead and get everything done. A lot of the gray stuff you see is actually zinc weld-through primer. You also noticed the Ford 9-inch in the back and the military beadlocks. Guys, this is going to be a really fun Jeep, but we got a lot of work to do, so I hope you're ready for this.
Alright guys, so I think for the rest of this episode we're going to start tearing down the XJ. Now you might ask why I'm not tearing apart the Wrangler since we got the Wrangler frame in there and we're already starting to work on it. One major reason why: I don't want to tear that thing apart and forget how it goes together. Now this thing is going to go together all custom. It's going to be a custom wiring harness, custom everything, but that thing's going to be more of a restoration, so I don't want to tear it apart and then forget where things go. Granted, I could always look back through the videos and kind of see where I'm at and see what I got to do, but it's just bad policy. I got a Haynes manual and my memory, and that's pretty much it for this Jeep other than you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and start tearing this thing apart first. like I said, I really want to work on the engine bay and get the engine bay nice and cleaned up and start getting it painted. I got to get the old control arm mounts and stuff cut off there. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start tearing this thing down a little bit while that's in there curing. But we got to keep moving on something. And here's another thing about this, guys. If you're going to go this alone like I am, and you're going to be lifting heavy parts, be smart. There's been more than one person in the history of working on cars that's crushed themselves because nobody was around. Use jack stands and use your head. If you're going to lift something heavy, use a tool to do it. Just remember that. Don't get hurt. Guys, that bumper, it's insanely heavy. You don't want to try to do something like that by yourself. You'll get hurt. All right, guys, a little quick tip here. If you don't have it yet, get this WD-40 in the non-aerosol cans. This stuff is amazing. And these little Torx heads, they really drive me crazy. I like to put a little bit of this on before I ever start messing with them. All right, guys, we got the WD-40 on there. We're gonna let it soak for a few minutes. I'm gonna go do a couple things in the garage and I will be back. Hey, we're back. All right, so we're gonna let this soak for a few minutes and we're gonna go ahead and pull the fenders off here real quick. right, guys, so we got the front end of the XJ torn down. I think we're going to go ahead and stop for there with this episode. But in the next episode, we're going to start doing underhood prep and start cleaning all this stuff, getting it ready, getting a good coat of paint on it, pressure washing it, getting prepared for the engine to go in. So make sure you stick around, comment, like, subscribe. See you next time.